Alright, so welcome back to the A to Z challenge. Already we're on to G. G for going it alone, otherwise known as self-publishing. Um, it's not forbidden to talk about self-publishing, but sometimes it is forbidden to talk about like the reasons that somebody decided to self-publish. Um, with writing for each book, you have to choose the path for that book, and that path could be self-publishing. It could be agent, traditional publisher, you know, that route. It could be an indie publisher. It could be a mix. You could start out with agents and then move to more of the indie self-publishing. But the transition when you go from one side to the other, these are actually mutually exclusive. So you can either go self-publishing or you can go agent and agenting querying. And if you start with self-publishing, you cannot go agent, but if you start with agent, you can always choose to go self-publishing later. And so there's sometimes this misconception that if you started trying to get agents and you went through the whole process of trying to get an agent, and that didn't work, and trying to get an editor, and trying to get an editor, and that didn't work, and so you ended up over here on self-publishing, the real reason that you ended up in self-publishing is because you just flubbed everything. You wrote such a terrible novel that everybody's turned you down. And this isn't necessarily true. Just because you're being turned down, by the way, rejection is not necessarily an indication of how good your novel is or is not. Although if you continue to get like the same rejection, you might want to think about what's causing that. But if you're getting like a variety of, it's you, not me, or it's me, not you, or I don't think this would work with, our current lineup. I hear that one a lot. Or, I don't think this would sell very well. It's a great story. I love this. I love that, but I don't think it will sell. I don't think this is very commercial. And that's fine. People can be. I mean, it's a business decision when it comes to buying a book. So I understand the business reasons for no's. But what people sometimes mistake is that the no's mean that it's bad, and so that if you go through hunting for an agent, actually we've had agents over here, hunting for an agent that then progresses to now you're done with all of the agents, and then you try all of the editors, and then you're done with all of the editors, and then you begin to explore self-publishing. People assume that because all of the agents said no, that your book was bad. Obviously you want to have a lot of other people read a book before you make those decisions to like actually put it out there, because more and more we could literally upload our rough drafts and put them onto Amazon and just go for it, throw it out there, see who buys it. I'm not a fan of that as an option, but I also feel like we should acknowledge that it's a real possibility and that people actually really do that. So just because it's gone through a bunch of other people who have told you no on the book does not mean that the book itself isn't good, it doesn't have merit, or isn't ready. Or maybe you needed to hear all of those no's so that you could edit it properly to make it the book that it needed to be. So self-publishing is a very interesting place, and I think that there are some big misconceptions about it. And not all books who get to go it alone are the result of, I was stabbed in the heart by all of those people. No, sometimes it's, I had this book and it went through all these people and, it got better as people said no. And then when I read it this last time, it became a whole other book because I changed this little thing about it. And now I think I want to actually publish it on my own. I don't want to go through that again with this book because they've already seen it, and I was the one who changed that one last thing, and nobody requested a revise and resubmit, so it happens. So that's one of the things, and we don't often talk about that part of it, and I think that if we did talk about it a little bit more, we might be able to get rid of some of the strange stigmas around self-publishing, because right now a lot of people think some bad things about self-publishing, and there are some really good books that have been self-published, so that's something we need to keep in mind.